welcome to Monday Night Mat. If you're thinking, is the reformer a different spot in the studio? You're right. I've rearranged the whole studio to allow us to follow practices for social distancing, hopefully in the near future when we reopen. So here we go, Monday Night Mat class. We're going to start off like we almost always do, on our backs. Knees bent, feet flat, big toes lining up at the inside of the pelvis. I'm going to get back to some breathing that we used to do a long time ago. I want you to practice trying to direct your breath into different parts of the body. So the first spot I want you to try to direct is into the belly. So I want you to inhale, inflate your belly up, and then exhale, draw the navel in. Do it again. Inhale, inflating the belly, and exhale, drawing the navel in. One more breath here. Inhale, inflate, and exhale, drawing the navel back. In again. I want you to hold that contraction, moving our hands to each side of the rib cage now. Keeping our belly taut, breathing into the sides of the ribs. Inhale, expanding the rib cage. Exhale, pulling together and down. Feel the rib cage laced together like a pair of shoes. Do it again. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, pull together and down. One more round here. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, pulling together and down. Now I want you to hold that together and down contraction. We're going to keep one hand over the rib cage, one hand at your lower abdomen, and I want you to feel yourself physically pull away from both of these hands as you inhale. So we're inhaling into the lats. So inhale, lateral breathing. Exhale. Entirely. Inhale, lateral breathing. Exhale entirely. And although this is not decompression breathing, there are some differences. It does encourage a lot of the same muscle engagement that we do use in decompression breathing. One more breath. And exhale entirely. That's the breath that we want to stay with for a lot of our Pilates exercises, especially the ones that we do with our head curling up. We're going to stretch our arms long at our sides. And I want to really straighten those arms from the elbows, press all 10 fingertips on the floor, and press the feet firmly into the mat. Inhale here to prepare. Exhale, I want you to go ahead and start rocking the pelvis. As you imprint the back, I want you to make sure that you're not pinching the glutes together. And then inhale, lengthen back out again. Exhale, scoop. I'm just going to take a peek at what time I started so I know when to stop. And back away. No longer facing the clock. And one more here, scoop, and lengthening back out. And so now we're going to take that a little bit farther. We're going to go ahead and scoop up into the rib cage. Once again, are you pinching the glutes? Let it go. Find the adductors and how that lets it release. And then back out. We're not going all the way up yet still. We're just kind of working our way up the spine in flexion while trying to keep as much space as we can in between the vertebrae. And a little massage, getting those vertebrae to really articulate. And back out. And now we're going to carry it all the way up into hip extension. Same thing at the top. Evaluate, are you clenching the glutes? That would indicate some external rotation. Let that go by balancing out that adductor tension. And then rolling back down again. Getting some nice mobility here in the spine. Exhale, scoop without clenching glutes. Peel and lift. And rolling back down again. One more here, holding at the top. Here at the top, pause. Getting this hip extension or bridge position can be a little bit tricky because I can do it in a variety of ways. I could throw up the ribs. I could go into a pelvic tilt as well and show, hey, that looks like a great bridge. And guess what? It's more about a hip or a pubic extension there. So I want to make sure that pubic bone and hip bones are more in that stable position. So I have an opportunity for the glutes to fire. And what will encourage that more is by removing one foot. So left foot's going to come up, flex that foot, extend it up to the ceiling, and little lift straight up. Lift, 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 lift. Keep it going. Always a great idea to make sure the hamstrings and glutes are engaged and ready to support before we do a lot of anteriorly loaded exercises. One more here. Bend that knee, place that foot on the floor. Pull with both feet, bringing that right leg up. Now flex the foot, reach up to the ceiling, and little lifts up here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, place that foot on the floor. Pull with both feet. We're going to go ahead and roll the spine down, all the way back out to neutral, and then working on the second half of the spine and flexion, we're going to go ahead and curl the head and shoulders up, that chest lift. Reach the arms at our sides, and then arms go up to the ceiling, and take it all the way back down again. Hands pressed down at our sides, curling head and shoulders up, arms up by our ears, and carrying it back long again. Hands pressed down, head and shoulders curling up. Now I've got the push-through bar in my way, so I can't take my arms too much further back. That's a good thing. We don't want to go too far back with the arms for most of us because it would cause our rib cage to arc. We want to just really use the arms to help lengthen that upper thoracic and cervical. Curling up, up. Make sure we're not imprinting the back as we're lifting the head and shoulders. Last one, curling up, up by the ears, and back down again. Let's work on our side work now. Arms are going to go out to a T. I want you to flip the right leg up to the tabletop and the left leg up to tabletop. Stretch all 10 fingertips out and press the back of your fingernails, or your fingernails really, into the floor. Anchor those arms. Use the expansion of the arms to keep the rib cage balanced and centered. We're going to take both knees over to the right. Squeeze the knees together. Pull back the center again. Both knees travel over to the left. Squeezing knees. Pull back to center again. Over right. Exhale. Squeezing knees back to center. Over left. Squeezing knees back to center. 2 more. Pulling back to center. 1 more here. And pulling back to center and hold. Hands go up to the ceiling, turn towards the knees, and reach overhead again. Pause a moment in the reach overhead. Lengthen head to tail. Flex the feet enough to really feel the back side of the legs ready to anchor that lift, the head and shoulders. So head and shoulders curling up, arms reaching long at our sides. We're going to go ahead and pump 3 sets of hundreds. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. And then we're going to take the arms up, carry it down nice and long. Hold that overhead reach. Make sure your hands are high enough that the ribs can stay down. We're going to take the right foot towards the floor. Single leg lifts and switch. And if you feel a lot of tension up around your neck and shoulders, bring your hands higher. Your lever's too heavy and long, so reel it in. Switch. Switch. Or if you feel this in your back, also bring those arms up. Switch. 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 Let's get 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up to tabletop again. Arms pressed on our sides, head and shoulders curl up. This time, extend those legs. And hundreds. Inhale, pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Inhale, pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Inhale, pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. And then we're going to go ahead and pull the knees back in, hands behind the back of the head. Pull our head heavy into your hands. Lift your elbows high and wide. Take that left foot towards the floor. So single legs, little switches. Yeah, and switch. I'll spit it out eventually. And switch. 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 Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs up to tabletop. Stretch the arms out as we drop the head and shoulders. Once again, use this opportunity to lengthen head to tail. Going up 1 more time for those hundreds. Arms pressed down, legs extend out. This set's a little bit more fun. We're going to inhale, drop 1 leg, and exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, drop left, and lift left. Drop right, and lift right. Drop left, and lift left. Pulling the knees in, hands behind the back of the head. Pull the head into the hands, elbows high and wide. We're going to take that right foot towards the floor, rotate towards the left knee, and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Keep it going here. And switch. And switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet to the floor. Lengthen those arms overhead as you bring the head and shoulders back down again. Arms pressed down at your sides again. We're going to go ahead and peel and lift the hips up again. Finding that length of the tail, finding that inward tension of the feet, so our hamstrings and glutes are helping to stabilize us. I want you to bring the right leg up to tabletop. Hold it here on tabletop, and we're going to go ahead and take it out to the side and pull it back into tabletop. Make sure as the knee goes out to the side that your left knee isn't also going out to the side. You're going to feel an increased load on that adductor to hold on to the abduction of the right leg. Remember, AD, so take away, AD is to bring towards your center. 2, and 1, set that foot down. Pull with both feet. Whew, my left side's on fire. Left leg's coming up, right leg in the stabilizing roll. So really you're going to feel it more on your foot that's on the floor. I should say the leg of the foot that's on the floor. Then your leg that's moving. Left leg out, pulling back in. Everything else staying nice and still. Out and pulling back in. Might even feel some oblique work here. Pulling back in. 3 more. Out, pulling back in. 2, pulling back in. 1 more here. Pulling back in and hold. Place that foot on the floor. Roll the spine down. Pull the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze here, and we're going to keep our hands right on top of both knees. As we float our shin box up, I want the head and shoulders to also follow here. Knees are pressing kind of into the hands via the shins, our shin box, and our hands are pressing down into our knees. We're going to double leg stretch first. Arms and legs reach away from our center and then pulling back in. Arms and legs reach from our center and pulling back in. Reach and pulling back in. Reach and pulling back in. 4 more here. 3, 2, last one here, and pulling back in. Hands behind the back of the head, pull the head heavy into the hands. I want you to go ahead and take that left leg, reach it long and low, and then pull it back in. And the right leg, long and low, and pull it back in. And left, long and low, pull it back in, and right, long and low. Pull it back in. 4 more here. 4 and up. 3 and up. 2. 1 more here. Pull both legs in. Each foot on the floor. Drop the head and shoulders. Reach overhead again. Find that reach fingertip to tail. Arms press down. Curl and lift the hips up again. So we're going back into that hip extension. And here we're going to try to keep our hips nice and stable into a mark. So our left leg's going to come up and back down. Our right leg's going to come up and back down. And our left and back down. Everything else staying still. Right and back down. And left and back down. Right and back down. 2 more. And down left and down. Roll the spine down. Hug the knees back into the chest again. Press our shin box into our hands and our hands into our shins as we curl the head and shoulders up again. This time both hands are going to go to that right knee and we're going to reach the left leg long. So instead of the hands behind the head, we're going to curl up to meet that knee and switch and switch and switch and switch. Keep it going. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands now behind the head. Add that rotation. We're picking up our left shoulder blade here. And right. And left. And remember, if it bothers your back, to take that long leg low. Keep it higher. Keep it at the height of the bent knee. It's that nice space in between. Where I am here is more modified. Down here, a little bit more challenging. Let's get 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull both knees in, each foot to the floor. As we drop the head and shoulders, reach the arms overhead again. We're going to press the arms down, lift the hips up. Hold this lift now at the top. Press your left foot into the floor, pick up that right leg as we did before. Flex the foot, reach it up to the ceiling now. Soft point to the toe, we're going to do our leg circles up here. Across and around, across and around, cross and around. Keep that hip extension on the left side. 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse your circle, out and around, out and around, out and around, out and around. 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, place up front of the floor. Pull with both feet. You should be really happy to lift your left leg. Ah, I am. It's talking to me. And now extend that left leg up, point through that toe, and start across and around. Cross and around. So doing our leg circle here, getting that feeling of that leg moving the ball and sock the joint while holding this hip extension, really making this hamstring and glute work. Reverse direction of the circle now, out and around, out and around, out and around. Keep pressing into your arms. Stay long to the back of your neck. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. Place that foot on the floor. Roll the spine down. Hug the knees back into the chest. Good. This one I want you to grab the back of your thighs, separate the knees a moment, make your elbows wide, really keep your spine long. We're going into a hamstring pull, which is always a little tricky when we go into those hip extensions right before, but it's good too. So we're holding the back of the thighs, curl the head and shoulders up. So here, there's this tendency to really kind of imprint the back. I want you to lengthen the back and curl up to meet it. We're going to find this position in between each set. We're going to reach the right leg up, the left leg long, pull back in. Left up, pull back in. Right up, pull back in. Left up, really stretch through both legs. You're certainly welcome to press that bottom leg on the floor. Don't just rest it, press it. 1 more here. Press and hold. So let's take a moment with that left leg pressing the floor. It's going to help ground us. Stretch that right leg up to the ceiling, hands behind the back of the head. Elbows high and wide. Now switch the legs. Switch. 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 Keep it going. Switch. 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 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's where we're going to add that rotation, rotating towards that leg that's coming up. And remember, you're always welcome to grab the back of the thigh for a little assist too. Absolutely fine. Keep it going here. Keep those legs long, reaching through those toes. 1 more each side. And we're going to go ahead and bend both knees. Set each foot on the floor. Drop head and shoulders. Arms go back at our sides. Are you picking up on a pattern yet, right? So we're going back and forth between front side, back side, and body. I do this a lot in that class. We're using the bridge especially though today. So peel and lift the hips up. Hold here at the top. Pull with your feet. Your bridge should be really nice and solid by now. We've had a couple rounds of this. We're going to pick up, let's go left leg first. Extend it up towards the ceiling and bridge kick. So it's going to be pointing down, flexing up. Pointing down, flexing up. Pointing down, flexing up. Down and up. 4 more. 3, 2, last one here. And bend that knee. Place that foot on the floor. And we're going to bring right leg up. Reaching through that right leg. And it's going to be pointing down, flexing up. Pointing down, flexing up. Keep it going. And up. Down and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, place that foot on the floor, stay extended. So I'm going to go into some bridging, high bridge positions. If it doesn't work for you, I'm going to show an alternative. I'm going to set you up for the high bridge first though. So with the hips lifted, we're going to go ahead and bring the hands underneath your hips. We don't do these a whole lot. And I want you to go ahead and practice with 1 foot on the floor. We're going to pick up left foot into tabletop and bring it back down. Ideally, there isn't a ton of load on those hands. And back down. Lift and back down. Lift and back down. 1 more here. And back down. Slide your arms at your sides, roll the spine down. So this is where we're going to go into the real deal. The modification for that would be hands behind the back, curl the head and shoulders up. Instead of doing the leg positions that we're going to do in that high bridge, you would do them from this position with the head and shoulders lifted. Otherwise, hands press the floor, legs come into tabletop. My strap is probably going to get in the way. We'll find out. So we're going to go ahead and take the legs up and over the body. This is a great way to place, set up for that high bridge position. Then we're gonna rock the pelvis into the hands. Hold it here for me. We're gonna take the left leg away from us, bicycle pedal, and reach. Bicycle pedal, and reach. Bicycle pedal, and reach. There should be no tension whatsoever on your neck here. Bicycle pedal, reach. Bicycle pedal, reach. 2, 1, reach and hold. We're gonna reverse. Go ahead and reverse from there. Those of you still lifted, remember the alternative would be to be right here. Absolutely fine. This is hard too. Really hard actually. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs go overhead. Let's roll the spine down. Hands come behind the back of the head again. Curl head and shoulders up. Bend the knees into tabletop. Our legs are going to push out as our hands then push out at our sides. Open, close the feet. Going into coordination. Draw the knees in. Arms up by our ears. Carry it back again. Hands press down. Legs go out. Open, close. In, up, and back. Hands press down. Legs go out. Open, close. In, up, and back. We're coordinating the movement with the breath. It's exhaling all the way through the up motion. Inhaling all the way down. 3, and in, 2, and in. 1 more here, and in. Drop the feet on the floor for me. We're going to sweep the arms at our sides. I want you to grab the back of your thighs. Now, you can pull your thighs as much as you need to, but I want you to curl up no higher than your waistband. That's it. And then roll back down for me. Inhale, curling up to that waistband. And rolling back down. So we're doing a roll-up prep. Even if you've done roll-ups for years, this is a great exercise because a lot of times when we get good at an exercise, we might be kind of skipping this zone of the roll-up. It's the hardest part of the flexion of the roll-up, and we have really wonderful ways of cheating it. So this is a nice place to get back to it. Curl and rolling down. 1 more here. Curl. Hold that curl. Send the legs out, but keep your position. Little curls forward. Curl. 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 4 more. 4. You certainly can do this with weights in your hands too to help you. 2, 1, curl, hold. So we're at our high point of our curl. Now we're thinking about the pull back, little pulls back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Inhale, exhale. Gratefully all the way up, right? And rolling all the way down. And rolling back up. Oh boy, I get to see how bad my hair is this direction facing the mirror. Had a hat on today, it's not good. Up and over and rolling down. Stretch those toes out. Think about the way that all 10 of those toes would be touching that imaginary wall. How it help anchor your legs from rotating as you're going in and out of that spinal flexion. Up and over. And rolling back. Let's get 1 more here. Up and over. Hold this one at the top. Let's go ahead and pull the knees in from the top. So we're finding our roll-like position here. I want the knees squeezing together, the elbows high and wide. And it's really tempting to take a heavy curve. You can see right here through my upper thoracic. I want you to take a moment here to sit up. And then think about the curve starting down in your pelvis, in that jean zipper, and let just everything follow through there. And then we roll, keeping that shape. Back up, and back, and back up. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. 3, and up. 2, and up. 1 more here. Up and hold it here at the top. Grab the back of your thighs or the back of your ankles. You can go full rocker or a modified, up to you. We're going to do 5 of them, and then we're going to add a twist. So it's inhale back, and exhale up. Sit up nice and tall at the top again. Inhale back, exhale up. Once again, nice and tall at the top again. Inhale back, exhale up. nice and tall. Inhale back. Exhale up. Nice and tall. One more. Inhale back. Exhale up nice and tall at the top. If you're in full rocker like I was, go back to modified. I want you to reach up. Imagine that you're holding onto your legs like you were in full rocker. You're going to do the same roll, but stick it without the support of your legs. So it's inhale back, exhale, stick it, really working that anchor in our waist. Inhale back, exhale up, stick it at the top. Inhale back, exhale up, stick it at the top. Two more. Back, stick it at the top. Last one. And stick it at the top. Go ahead and place the feet down, stretch them all the way out. And then we're going to do one roll up, down, our arms going out to the sides. And then as we curl the head and shoulders back up, I want you to bend your knees in and lift to a teaser prep position. Inhale down, keep the knees where they're at, reach out to the sides, and then curling back up again. Inhale down, reaching out to the sides, and curling up again. Teaser prep, one more here, down, and curling back up again, hold it here at the top. You're gonna lift the right foot. Now, it can come this high off the floor, or it can go this high. Wherever your knees can stay together. You can even go higher than I just went. That's about my limit today. So we're gonna go inhale down. Let's go overhead this time. Straight towards the knee and lift. Inhale down. Straight towards the knee and lift. Inhale down. Overhead to the knee and up. Two. Overhead to the knee and up. Last one. Down. Overhead to the knee and up. Switch the legs. And we go 5 aside. Down to the knee. Lift. Down to the knee and lift. Down to the knee and lift. One more here. Down to the knee and lift. Go ahead and bend that knee into tabletop. Bring the hands around. Let's go down to our elbows today. And we're going to bring both knees up. So starting just side to side here, we're going to take both knees over to the right and then back to center. Both knees to the left. Back to center, right? Feel how the knee squeeze really controls that sway back to center. Squeeze knees back to center and hold. Extend the legs. Take it over to the right. Now we're going to sweep down around to the left side and then back to center. Over to the left side, down around to the right side. Some corkscrews here, or corkscrew prep, I should really say. Full corkscrew, we get the arms in as well. We're going to skip those today. It's one of my least favorite exercises. One more each side, and around. And this is the last one, and around. Good, let's go ahead and bend the knees in. You're gonna bring yourself up to the hands. You might need to rearrange your hands a little bit, I do. Feet are flat. Take your chest, lift across your collarbones, lift across your shoulder blades, going into this back support prep, knees bent. Stay there for me. Let's do the kicks from here, because most people have a hard time with the straight legs. So we're going to send the left leg out, and we're going to point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Keep it going. Lots of kicks in today. I think we'll probably hit them in plank as well. Maybe even side support. One more. Bend that knee. Send the right leg out. Open chest and shoulders. Don't let yourself sag down into this. And kick up, and down, up, and down. Up and down, up and down. Let's get 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee in, foot flat. Bring the hips down. Flex the feet. Push them away, sit up nice and tall. Arms reaching for a really nice fluid spine stretch today. Tuck that chin, big breath out. See if you can keep that lat pec ab engagement and stacking up. Nice and tall again. Big breath out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up again. Exhale down, really nice and fluid while keeping that integrity of our anchors. 2 more. All the breath out. And up again. Last one, all that breath out. And up again. Let's bring the feet together, point the toes, reach the arms up for me today. Imagine that someone's kind of grabbing your arms by the wrist and lifting you. And find this lift in between each set. As we rotate to the right, I want the arms to go out to the sides today. And inhale, center. To the left. Inhale, center. To the right. And center. And left. And center. And right. And center. And left. And center. Let's get one more of each. And center. Last one. And center. Take the arms out to the sides. Flex the feet out the corners of the mat. We're going to lift and rotate towards the left. And then give me that saw. Back thumb rolls down. We're sawing past the pinky. Stack the back up. Back to center. Lift and rotate right. Exhale. Saw. Up. And center again. Lift. Rotate. Up. And center. Lift. Rotate. Up. And center. One more each side. Saw. Up. And center. Last one. Saw. Up. And center. Send both legs together again. Point the toes. Bring the hands behind you again. Open chest and shoulders. We're going into that full back support position. Remember, you feel any tension whatsoever in the back of your knees. Bend your knees. We're going to go ahead and lift the hips up. Hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the hips down. Reach those arms forward. Use your roll up to bring yourself all the way down. Let's go ahead and flip on our side. Bicep to pillow position. Remember to line up head, shoulders, and hips. Hands can be, or bottom hand, if it's in front of you, that's okay. Ideally it is in line, or you can even double it up. Feet slightly in front of you, knees and toes both pointing forward. Let's go ahead and bring the hand up to the ceiling. I want you to lift that top leg. If you want an extra challenge, you're going to keep the chest and shoulders open, but bring the hand down to about shoulder height and keep it there. You're going to go ahead and point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Taking a penny up the ball of the toe, down at the heel. Keeping the knee unlocked. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring that top hand back up to the ceiling. Bend your top knee, place it in front of that bottom leg. Now bottom leg lifts and lowers. If this arm is causing your neck and shoulders to get fatigued, you can go behind the head too. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that leg down. Other one goes out to meet it. Hand now along the thigh. Make sure that we're looking for that lat pec ab balance. We want that little muscle sandwich so we're not getting swayed forward or back. Top leg lifts, bottom one meets it, hand slides towards the knee. Remember, you're pulling your bottom arm out from underneath. You're not pushing it into the ground. Bring it down slow and controlled. Top, bottom, hand sliding towards the knee, up and out with that reach, and down slow and controlled. Top, bottom, up and out with that reach. Down, slow and controlled. Top, bottom, up and out. Down, slow and controlled. One more here. Top, bottom, up and out. Staying lifted here for me. We're going to go little lifts, top leg. 8, 7, 6. Keep this reaching. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bottom leg lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing down. All right, let's go ahead and switch it over to that other side, other bicep to pillow. You can double it up. Head, shoulder, hips, one straight line, feet just slightly in front, knees and toes pointing forward. Hands going to start up to the ceiling. You may certainly keep it there if you want the extra challenge. Go ahead and lift that top leg first. I'll let you know if you can go there. Bring that arm in front of you. If you find you're really heavily, this is what I want to, rotating this bottom leg into the mat, reel it back in. Make it neutral. If you can't maintain this position with that bottom leg neutral, bring your hand up higher until you can. And then from here, it's point up, legs down. Take those little opportunities to kind of check in with where is your own body at. A little different every day. And down, point up, and down, point up, and down. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go ahead and bend that knee. Hand goes back up the ceiling and behind the head. Lifting now the bottom leg. Lift and lower. Make sure it's not rotating as we lift. See how my hips move there? I'm going to keep those hips pretty still. Careful how much you push into that forward leg to lift together. A little anchoring's good, but we don't want the drive to come from that top leg. 3, 2, 1. Stacking the legs now. Hand goes along the thigh. Look for that lat, pec, ab engagement so we have our muscle sandwich. Top leg lifts. Bottom one meets it. Hand slides towards the knee. Up and out with that reach and bring it down. Slow and control. Top. Bottom. Up and out. Down. Slow and controlled. Top. Bottom. Up and out. Down. Slow and controlled. Top. Bottom. Up and out. Down. Slow and controlled. 2 more. Up and out. Down. Slow and controlled. Last one. Top. Bottom, up and out. Hold your up and out feeling. See if you can hover that bottom leg. And now top leg. Little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bottom leg, little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all back down. All right, let's go ahead and flip it right onto the stomach from there. Unless you need to change your vantage point, that's fine as well. And we're going to start off with hands at our sides, feet in plantar flexion, pushing down into the floor. As the feet push down into the floor, use as an opportunity to really take this kind of push that could be happening. You can see in my bottom here, when I push into my stomach, see how that causes my tailbone to lift. So I want to pull the stomach in towards the back, let the tailbone drop, press into the feet, and hopefully find those hamstrings and glutes here. They act as an anchor for our extension. Keep the forearms down, just finding that opening of the chest and shoulders. Just warming up those little muscles that run along the sides of the spine, because there's a lot of other things that can take over for this motion. And when they do, they become kind of compressive on the back. So we don't want our extension to be compressive. We want lots of length and strength in this motion. This is very important, especially when we just done a whole bunch of flexion in our other exercises. Lift and back down. One more here. Lift and back down. Then we're going to bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under. This is where you have options. You can straighten the legs for pushing up to a full plank, or you can bend the knees for a modified push-up. Either way, we're thinking about that sling that goes underneath our hips. Our abs are pulling in. This is essentially where we lift up into our push-up. And I want you to hold the plank position this first round. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the left knee, or whichever one's farthest away from your screen so you can see what we're doing. And we're going to go ahead and pivot onto that same side hand, opening up for a modified side support. In the modified side support, we're going to reach overhead. As I reach overhead, it's very tempting to push with this foot and this hand away from each other. I want to pull with them so my hip is getting yanked up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to go up, and then I want you to dip down. Keep the chest lifted as you look towards that far foot. And we go back up again, and over, ceiling, and down. And up. Side work is super powerful stuff. Planks get a lot of credit. I would even venture to say that a side of support is a more important exercise for most people than a plank. One more. Up, over, ceiling, and hold it there for me. We're going to go ahead and pivot back to that plank position. Hold it again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, other knee drops, pivoting onto that side now. Hand goes up to ceiling again. Once again, the foot and the hand. So make sure you get all your toes on the floor, pulling at each other so the hip can pick up as we reach overhead. up to ceiling, dipping the hip down, looking towards that side. Ooh, I'm coming close to falling off the Cadillac. And up, and over, ceiling, and down, and up, and over, ceiling, and down. Two more. Up, over, ceiling, and down. Last one. Up, over, ceiling, and hold. Pivot back to the plank. Slow and controlled, lowering back down to the floor. We're going to go ahead and uncurl the toes, go back to plantar flexion, bend the elbows at our sides. Same engagement, feet push down and away, stomach pulls up. This time our nose stays on the floor, lift the hands and elbows. And we want you to keep this shoulder engagement the whole time. So we pull head and shoulders up, and head and shoulders back down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Three more. And down. Two. And down. Last one here. Lift and hold it. Reach the arms forward. Breaststroke. Sweep back. Bend back to start. Reach. Here's the glide. Here's that extension. And bend back to start. Reach. Sweep. And bend. Reach. Sweep. And bend. Reverse it into butterfly. So reach back. Reach front, pull in. Reach back in an extension, reach front, more of a glide, and pulling in. Two more. Back, front, and in. Last one. Back, front. When you pull in, overlap your hands underneath your forehead, rest your forehead down, and hover the feet. Feet are hovered here. I want little swim kicks. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And make sure that when you're kicking from the hip, from the hamstring, from the glute, not from the knee. I don't want kicks like this. Here. And exhale. Have that feeling of really reaching the legs farther and farther away from you as you kick. One more set here. And once again, you'll have the option of either curling the toes under, hands right underneath your shoulders, or bending the knees. Pushing back up to that plank position. Think of that sling underneath your hips. Now, we're going to do some push-ups. 8 of them. Bend and push up. 7 and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you have options here. You can drop the left knee, or whichever knee is farthest from your screen, to transition to that side support like you did before, or stay on both feet, or transition to that side support. Hold the side support. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot back to that plank. Transitioning other side, modified or full, up to you. Just hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember those feet and hands still pulling at each other. 1, back to the plank. Taking it down, slow and controlled. Drop your elbows down, uncurl the toes. Push the feet into the floor. I want you to lift the head and shoulders, and then feel this natural balance of when your arms reach forward, it complements to lift the legs. Hold it there for me. Find as much length as you can, and then think about your anterior front side of the body, central line pulling in. Right arm, left leg, and switch, 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 switch. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Keep the back of your neck long. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more sets. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Last set here. And release. Hands right underneath our shoulders. Once again, you can do bent knees, legs straight. Sling underneath our hips, pushing us up. Good. We're going to do a shorter set of push-ups. Good news. Bad news is this is going to be the stagger. So we're going to go down, 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and down. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3. 2 more sets. 3 and up. 2, 3. Last set. 3 and up. 2, 3. Remember, you can drop one knee to modify or keep both legs up, and we're going to go up to that side support. Now, the twist is going to look different depending on what version you're at. If you're modified, the twist is going to look like this. You're kind of reaching underneath the rib cage. If you're full, you're reaching towards that back ankle and up. So let's twist it. Twist and open. Twist and open. Twist and open. Last set here. And open. Let's pivot out to that plank. And remember, you can modify. I'll modify this side just to mix up my demos. And you're going to go ahead and transfer away. Feel free to do that version that we just took a moment ago. And then twist. Remember, twist looks different if you're doing this from the knee versus the feet. And open. Twist and open. I might fall if I kind of again. And twist. Won't be the first time, right? And open. 2. And open. Last one. And open. Pivot back to that plank. Straight, strong, and controlled. Taking it down. This time we're going to turn our head to one side, whichever side's convenient for you. Go ahead and uncurl the toes. Bring your hands at your lower back. You can overlap them for less flexibility or interlace them for more. I want your either position. Try to get your elbows down to the floor and the front of your shoulders off the mat. Pull the stomach into the back of the hands. Hover the legs. We're going to do 3 kicks in. Kick 1, kick 2, kick 3, and then extend. Open chest and shoulders. Head turns the other side. Kick 1, 2, 3. If your hands are overlapped, you're going to turn your palms towards the floor and bring it in. Double leg kick. Reach and bring it in. 1, 2, 3, and reach. And 1, 2, 3, and reach. And 1, 2, 3, reach and hold it here for me. Bring your elbows right underneath your body. You have options here. As you bring yourself up into swan, you might feel comfortable stopping here. You might go all the way up. As you go down, pick the feet up and away. Inhale, elongate. Exhale down. Inhale, elongate. Exhale down. Elongate and down. One more here. Elongate and down. This time as we push ourselves up, you're going to go back into a child's position. Keep your hands as far in front of you as you can to really open up the back. 2 breath cycles here. Last one. And then we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves to the front of your mat for some zero puppy. Now my hair's really bad, sorry guys. All right, bottom of the feet come together. Open up the chest and shoulders. And just take a moment here to open up the hips. I like to get my hands through this little hold around to the ankles on that first roll. So back here, pause, then grab the outside of the feet. 1, 2, 3, and back, up again. Clap, 2, 3, and back. Clap, 2, 3, and up again. Clap, 2, 3, and back. Clap, 2, 3, and up again. Clap, 2, 3, and back. Clap, 2, 3, and up again. 2 more. And up again. Last one. Clap, 2, 3, and back. Clap, 2, 3, and up again. Go ahead and cross the ankles, sit up nice and tall. Let the shoulders shrug up by your ears and release. Shrug up by the ears and release. One more here. And release. Hope you all enjoy that. Stay healthy and well.